The Prime Minister is facing pressures on all sides, with MPs defecting, cabinet ministers threatening to vote to delay the departure, and Brussels refusing to shift on the Irish backstop. She will be urged to take no deal off the table this week, with the threat of a ministerial rebellion and the risk of more MPs quitting to join newly formed the independent group. But senior Brexiteers insist the Prime Minister must keep her cool and not throw away a key negotiating card by ruling out a no-deal exit. The country must leave on March 29, they said, as the British people would not accept defeat at the hands of the EU. Mrs May yesterday pledged to grassroots Tories at the National Conservative Convention that she would finish the job. She said, "Our focus to deliver Brexit must be absolute. We must not. And I will not frustrate what was the largest democratic exercise in this country's history. In the very final stages of this process, the worst thing we could do is lose our focus." Theresa May has been told to hold her nerve against the enemies of Brexit. Image Getty. Party activists also backed a motion stating another referendum, a delay beyond the European elections. Taking no deal off the table or not leaving at all would betray the 2016 people's vote and damage democracy and our party for a generation. This will be seen as a warning shot aimed at Tory ministers and MPs thinking of backing a plan by Labour's Yvette Cooper and the Conservatives' Oliver Letwin, which could lead to Brexit being delayed. If no deal is agreed by the middle of next month, there is concern that the pair may be able to secure enough cross-party support to win a House of Commons showdown on Wednesday. Mrs May called for all Conservatives to support her but said no one would be deselected for the Brexit views. Former Brexit Minister David Jones says Theresa should not be panicked. Image Express. She said, "We are not a party of purges and retribution. We called a referendum and let people express their views, so we should not be seeking to deselect any of our MPs because of their views on Brexit. Our party is right here, broad church, on that and other issues. And we will only save our country from the threat of Jeremy Corbyn if we remain one." Mrs May will push EU leaders at today's summit in Egypt's Sharm el-Sheikh to deliver the concessions that would give her Brexit deal a chance of getting through the Commons. She needs to address Brexiteer fears that the backstop plan to prevent a hard border in Ireland could lead to the UK being trapped in a customs union. But she also knows MPs who want the UK to have a close relationship with the EU after Brexit will attempt to take control of the exit process if the country looks on course to leave without a deal. Sir Bernard Jenkin, who refused to back John Major over the Maastricht Treaty, warned that Britain's exit from the EU must not be delayed. He said, "All these anti-March 29 proposals are basically inviting the United Kingdom and the voters to accept a defeat at the hands of the EU and those who want to stop Brexit, and I don't think the British people want to be defeated." Former Brexit Minister David Jones said, "The PM should not be panicked. She must continue to hold her nerve." Sir John Redwood, one of Britain's most prominent Eurosceptics, warned that ruling out leaving without a deal would be a fatal move, and said delaying Brexit would be disastrous. He appealed to Mrs May, saying, "Please deliver our country from having to have another 2 or 3 years of this Parliament doing nothing but rowing over Brexit with the same people setting out the same views and going absolutely nowhere." Tory MP Andrew Bridgen says the EU won't blink until the 11th hour. Image Getty. The country would look like a laughingstock. Andrew Bridgen, the Tory MP for North West Leicestershire, had a similar warning, saying, "The EU aren't going to blink until we get down to the 11th hour. We are nowhere near the 11th hour yet, so we must keep no deal on the table and hold our nerve." He argued that, without a walk-away position, there can be no negotiation. Last night the Church of England said it was planning to urge churchgoers to take part in 5 days of prayer in a bid to help Britain's departure from the EU. Congregations will be asked to pray for the country.